Good afternoon, everybody. It's Jed Joling with eXp Realty. Today is April 10th, Monday. I hope you all had a great Easter weekend with your family and friends. I've got a Southern Oregon market update for you here, and we've got last week's data, we've got March's data. So hopefully you can stick with it here if you want to hear what we have to say. Good afternoon, everybody. It's Jed Joling with eXp Realty. Today is Monday, April 10th, and I've got a Southern Oregon market update. I hope you all had a wonderful Easter weekend with your family and friends. We've got a lot of data here, so hopefully you can stick with it. We've got this past week, and we've got the whole month of March as well to look at. So we'll jump right in. Between Jackson and Josephine counties today, we have 820 active residential listings on the market. Comparing now to the same day last year, we are up 12% on that. We had 721 this same day last year, this same week. So for last week, new listings, we had 107 new listings, pretty strong on the new listing count. We had 97 pending listings. That's pretty strong for the time as well. And we had 59 on the closed count, 21 on the expired or canceled listing count. So in all, puts us at a snapshot of 3.2 months of inventory for this week. If we take these numbers and compare them to the 4-week average, we are up 18 on the new listing count in comparison to 4-week average, up 8 on the pending count, and we're down 8 3/4 on the close count. We saw just a little bit weaker of a close count than we've been seeing in our 4-week average. Comparing these numbers to the same week last year, we are down 44% on the new listing count, down 38% on the pending listing count, and down 28% on the closed listing count for that in comparison to that same week last year. Out of the 107 new listings last week, 15 of those are already pending, so that's representing 14% of those. It's a decent amount that have already gone under contract. So if we take the 4-week average now for our inventory, it puts us at 2.8 months of inventory on the market where we sit. And now, since we have the data for March in, the month of March, we had 2.9 months of inventory from that data from March. So that's actually the lowest 1-month inventory that we've seen since June of 22. So even though our active listing count is going up, we saw 3 weeks where it was declining just by a little bit, but now we're going back up. We saw a lot of the expired or canceled listings from last month come back on the market, as well as a good, strong new listing count last week, and that put us back up to 820. Today. But even given that, we are sitting at the lowest inventory we've had since June of 22. And if the new listings can't keep pace with what we're selling here this springtime, our inventory could get even lower, like we've seen last year. Mortgage rates today, the national average for a conventional 30-year fixed is at 6.5, and the national average for an FHA 30-year fixed is at 6.15. Purchase mortgage applications were down 3.5% week over week, and refi mortgage applications were down 5.5% week over week. We saw rates coming down quite nicely after last Monday until Friday. They shot back up a little bit Friday, and since it was Good Friday, we didn't see that reflect until today on the market. So we saw rates come back up a little bit today, and that's where they're currently sitting. But they could change again, and we are hoping that is the case. But the CPI report, the inflation report, will be released this Wednesday, and that will show us how we're doing on inflation, and that will probably make the Fed determine what their plan will be. But hopefully, we get a good inflation report, and we can in turn see those rates start to come down and reflect that. So let's jump into the March data. So all this is in comparison, basically from March of 2022 comparing to March of 2023. So our volume sold, meaning the total amount of dollars sold between Jackson and, I'm going to do them separately, Jackson and then Josephine County. So for Jackson County, the total amount of volume sold in the residential category was down 45%, comparing this March to last March. For Josephine County, it was down 40%, so just about the same. Our lockbox activity was down 22%, comparing this March to last March. Not down as much as our sales are, and that, in my opinion, is because people are taking a lot more time to look through the market to find what they're looking for. So there's still a lot of lockbox activity because of that. People aren't just looking at the first place that they think they like and then going all in with 5 or 6 other offers like it was last year. So they're taking a little bit more time. Some more stats for Jackson County. So our cumulative days on market currently for the month of March was 56 days. So what that means is when a place is listed for sale, it sat on the market active for sale for 56 days on average before it went under contract or sold. And so in comparison to last March, we're at 56 days in 2023, 29 days in March of 2022. So we definitely are up a little bit. Still not terrible considering the state of the market has been in. Still not terrible. Our inventory for March of 23 was 2.2 months, which is actually pretty low. That's for Jackson County alone again. But in comparison to March of 2022, where we were at 1.46 months, it has come up. Our sale to list ratio for Jackson County is at 96%. That bumped up a little bit from the month previous. So meaning easy numbers here, if you were listed on the market for $100,000, on average, that house would sell, or that property would sell for $96,000. You can do the math there on whatever sale price you would be at. Cumulative days on market for Josephine County was 99 days in March of 23, and that ticked up actually quite a bit. We were, I believe, between 60 and 70 days for the couple months prior. So that ticked up quite a bit. In March of 2022, we were at 46 days was our average cumulative days on market. So that's up almost double from what it was last year. Inventory in Josephine County is 2.8 months currently for the month of March, compared to 2.39 months for March of 22. So not a huge change there on the inventory. And then our sale to list price ratio was 93.5% for March of 23. So some good comparison to where we were last year, just to kind of give an idea. We've certainly been down more on our sales in previous months. November, December, we were down over 50% on sales. So we're into the 45 and 40% now for each county, so averaging out to about 43, 44%. So not as bad as we've seen, but rates have come down a little bit from the peak, and we're anticipating they will continue to come down. And we're into springtime here, and summer is coming. It's beautiful out today. Hopefully you guys were able to take advantage of the weather before the rain hits again. But generally this kind of weather and this time of the year, real estate picks up, and it's a better time of the year for families to move, and it's easier without the rain. So I hope you all have a great rest of the week. That's all I've got for today. We'll talk to you next Monday. Bye-bye.